A pandemic, a court backlog, and resigning staff. These just some of the problems that District Attorney Joe Gonzales had to face in his first term.
And it looks like some of those same problems remain in his second term. Erica Hernandez sat down with the district attorney recently, and he talks about the goals he has for himself and for his office.
There's definitely some things that I'd like to get accomplished. There are about 3 or 4 things that are top of mind with me that I want to make sure that we focus on.
District Attorney Joe Gonzales is putting his first term behind him and looking ahead, trying to focus on what he wants to fix and improve in his second term. One improvement, community engagement and educating the public on what his office does to clear up any misinformation.
We handle 60,000 cases a year, and it's always a challenge to make sure that we focus our attention on what is important. But I want to make sure that people understand that we are trying to do the best job that we can, and that everything is important to us.
As far as retaining staff, there is a pay difference from other counties, but Gonzales says he also needs to evaluate how the office is being run.
We need to take a good look at what works and what doesn't, and certainly if there are things that haven't been working, then I need to be able to be flexible enough to change.
In the past month, 16 people have resigned from the district attorney's office, some of those being top prosecutors and division chiefs. There is current concern among the judiciary about the backlog and what would happen to defendants waiting to go to trial. But Gonzales' first term, despite the pandemic, did have its successes. His cite and release diversion program saved $4.7 million in booking costs, and the creation of a specialized family violence intake team increased the number of cases reviewed each year. And as his second term begins on January 1st, the main priority remains, which is public safety and keeping violent criminals off the streets.
We have to continue to work at doing our job because crime does not stop. And the victims of crime still expect their day in court. They expect justice.
Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Keep up to date with all of San Antonio's top news, weather, and so much more by clicking the like and subscribe buttons below. And once again, thanks for watching KSAT.